That's what I mean. That was the easiest decision ever, just because of how consistent. First of all, he was that way in practice since the day we got him. He wasn't given a lot of reps. They all picked up as a wimp, but Brock was the most consistent quarterback that I've been around, and it started that way in rookie camp to OTAs to training camp, and that's I felt a certain way. Our players felt a certain way, but then when he got in because of injury, and he had those 7 games and went through every situation possible, playoff games, comebacks. He did it here. I think we went to overtime here when we were down versus the Raiders in 22. But just what he did was, it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't just the record. It wasn't the stats. The film showed it, and that's why we knew if he would be healthy going into the next year, we had a hell of a quarterback. I don't know. I think I'm similar to my dad. I try to treat my son with respect, and I try to make – I don't want him to do stuff just because I'm making him do stuff. I want him to do it because he knows it's right. But I also am quick to snap if he doesn't know it's right, and you got to teach him quick. So, but be honest with your son. Keep talking to him. Don't just lay the hammer. Do both. Thank you, dude. From my dad? Almost the same thing I just told that guy as a parent. Like, you got to be honest with people. It's cool as a coach because you work so hard and you have so many more years of experience, so you should know what you're talking about. You should. But if you're honest with people and treat them right and stuff and don't shy away from what people don't want to hear, usually most people respect it and they'll appreciate you for making them better. Oh, yeah, I don't even want to go there yet. Someone better watch me. I don't know. I mean, every game is its own game. So it's when you come to percentages and everything, I mean, every time you play roulette, whether it's red or black, it still has to do with that. It doesn't have to do with the previous. So, like, I'm glad we came back. I'm glad we could do that stuff. But I never felt like we couldn't. And yeah, I do get those stats. When you see it, like, damn, that's interesting. But I've never felt that we couldn't. And I'm glad that we did the last 2 weeks. But how will that play in the next one? I mean, it should have no relevance. But at least our players know they've been there before. They know how to feel when they're down. And you should always know you're out of no game until the clock ends. I've known that from coaching a lot, and I feel like our players should always feel that way, but definitely these last 2 weeks should, with their experiences these last 2 weeks, should make them feel a lot more confident. What's that? I'm so pumped for Dan. I'm so pumped for Washington. Dan's a hell of a coach. They got a hell of a one. I know they've gone through a lot of stuff in these last 20 years, but having AP and DQ is as good as it gets. Like, Dan taught me so much in Atlanta. I'm very grateful for how much he's helped my career, and him and Stacy, and just what he's going to do for their organization. Knowing Adam, knowing Jen, like, they're set up very well. What's that? I just loved watching how he ran the team. Certain things he did on the meetings and stuff. You take things from everybody, but Dan, the way he carried himself, the way he talked to the team, was as good as I've been around. Almost the same things I learned growing up in life, but my dad it was so cool to watch him with the staff and everything. My dad worked as hard as anyone I've ever been around, and whatever he worked at, you knew exactly what he felt. And he would keep it real with people. That didn't work with everybody, but it worked with the majority of people. And my dad's always told me to treat people honest, study what you do, be confident in it, and it's helped me my whole life. What's that? Adam was huge. I mean, AP, me, John, we all got here right after the Super Bowl in 17 from Atlanta. We came here and met for dinner. First time really all getting in person and knowing each other. And we needed to all work together, and AP was huge. He helped John out a ton. He helped me out a ton. And Washington's got a hell of a deal in AP. I'm so glad he sent you to me because I've thought about this a while. And you just got to go talk to Debo. That it is what it is. We'll be all right. It's the field we got. We'll be all right. We're good. No, we're not. We're not going to completely change our schedule and do something crazy. Like, we'll deal with what we got, and we're good. It depends. I mean, it's also different, so I can't give you one answer, but my biggest thing with our defense now is, yeah, I get how that first half went. It was as bad as it could be, but they also tightened up in the second half, and as they tightened up in the second half, our offense got rolling, and that's why we got a 10-point lead, and that's my main thing on Sunday. Like, no matter what we do, Chiefs are a good team. They're going to have their moments, and when they do, all right, we got to weather them, but when they don't, we got to capitalize. And when we capitalize, the offense got to balance it out. And if we do that at the same time as a team, I like our chances. When I scout what? I mean, you want smart people who got good personal skills, but the biggest thing is getting people who can work with your staff and understand what you're saying. You need guys who can learn how you want to do it. And once they do learn how you want to do it, then you want to hear everything else. So it's building it that way. Well, we were having a number of injuries, especially at safety, and you got all these young guys and stuff who you can work out and train, but we weren't in that position. We needed a guy who could play, who understood nickel, who understood safety, who could do a bunch of things and didn't need the reps of it. So Logan was a guy that I personally had played against a bunch, and I always felt he was that way. I actually asked Tom Brady what he thought of him, and Tom said, from a mental standpoint and everything, I couldn't tell you the recommendation he gave, and Logan's been exactly that. Logan understands this game. He's smart as can be, and he's been a huge add for us in the time of year we added him. Trent, Trent's unbelievable. First of all, I've coached a long time, and just look at the tackles I've been around in my career, and no one is wired like Trent. He's a different athlete, a different bird, which everyone respects, and that's enough to get the respect in the league. But when you actually are around Trent and know how he handles himself, how much he loves football, the way he plays, the physicality he enjoys, how smart he is, the type of person he is, Trent's one of the most important people and best people I've been around in my life, and I plan on that being till the day I'm not around here anymore. Wired differently? Yeah, he's bigger, faster, quicker, stronger, more athletic. Anything has to do with athletic ability. Oh, yeah, I think D'Amico's got that locked up. If he doesn't, someone cheated. D'Amico's the man. Like, it made me sick to lose him. I was with D'Amico as a linebacker. We knew how special he was then. We knew how special he was when he was our quality control, and we had to promote him within 6 months of QC, how special he was as a linebacker coach, a coordinator. Whatever D'Amico does, he's going to succeed. Houston's lucky to have him. Be as loud as they were tonight. Like, I couldn't hear anyone tonight. Our fans were so loud. I'll tell you what, when we did the NFC Championship game and I came out for a pregame and all the Lions fans were there early, so there's a lot of blue in the crowd, so I was a little nervous for the first time in my time in at Levi's. And by the time we came out for kickoff, the seats were packed, and I didn't see any blue jerseys the rest of the game. And I know they were there, but our fans come strong, they're loud, and as good as it's ever been and anywhere I've ever been. They do an awesome job. They're a big part of it. I mean, I'm always pulling for Dion. There's no doubt. But my wife went to Colorado, and I went to Texas. I don't know if they play each other. I haven't kept up with the divisions. That's all right. Then hopefully all of them. Like with athletes and stuff? Like with the players?
Yes. Are they going to be stronger, faster?
They're going to be flying.
Why? Why are they going to be flying?
Just going to be that fast. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. It always gets better, more technical. Watch the NBA, watch everything. The fact that people at 4 have professional coaches, like detailing everything, means everything's getting a lot more detailed and expertise.
Quick question. Last time, the head coach of the last team, Shanahan, won a Super Bowl with McCaffrey on his team. Does that make you more nervous now living up to the expectations, or more excited having Christian McCaffrey on your team?
I mean, that's the only reason we made the trade, because we had to get that percentage. It makes me more excited because I loved Ed. Like, Ed was the man, but and I hope I don't offend Ed, but I feel like his son's a little bit better, and so I feel good. All right.
I'm just curious, what do you think about Kristen just making these wonderful jackets?
Oh, I've known about this for a while because my daughter, who's a 5th grader, but since she was in 3rd grade, loves fashion, and so her and Kristen always make things for each other. So my daughter's been making skirts and giving it to Kristen. So to watch this go down in the last month or so, it's been really cool because Kristen's so talented, such a good person, and the fact she got Taylor and all this, what would bother me? I don't know. That if it affected the 3.5 hours, it would bother the heck out of me, but it definitely doesn't.
When teams are looking for a new head coach, a lot of times you hear they want the Shanahan McVay trade. How does that make you feel when you hear that?
Annoyed. Quit taking our guys. I mean,
What is it about the system that's so intriguing?
I don't know. That's how it always works. I mean, I don't know. You got to ask the owners and stuff, but I mean,
How do you think Shane Waldron and Thomas Brown will fit with the Chicago Bears?
I don't know. I don't know Shane or Thomas. I've gone against them, but so they're good coaches, so I'm sure they would do a hell of a job. That's awesome. All of it's kind of surreal. I mean, I grew up just a coach's son and a fan of it all, and to be in the same situation as my dad was doing the same stuff's a little weird. I didn't realize it was a life goal of mine until it became one, and I think it is. So it's really special. So good to see you guys. What's up, man? Oh, that I've ever coached. Man, that's a tough one. I know the ones I haven't coached that were most memorable. The ones I've coached, did Trent help you out with that? He just tried to stump me in front of everybody. I'm trying to think for you, buddy. The NFC Championship in 19 was really cool. I never thought we'd be able to dominate a game like that with 8 passes. That was really special. But I can't give one because there's not one special that sticks out. I also remember loving Thanksgiving in Washington. I feel like we were like 5 and 6, and we went to Dallas, and we ended up blowing them out. But it was just such a cool feeling because it gave us some energy that led us to the playoff game. But I'm just telling you, in the NFL, when you have a cool game on a Thursday and you actually get 3 days off where you can just sit there and enjoy the game is unheard of. So, like, when you got 3 games to enjoy a victory, those are the ones I remember, which was Thanksgiving in Dallas. It was Cincinnati and Cleveland. I know we did it here twice, so there you go, dude. Appreciate it, man. Brock's amazing. Brock, all he's done since he's been thrown in the spotlight is ball. Like, just watch the film. He tears it up. And he's got to deal with so much stuff, which is cool with Brock because he doesn't listen to. So he comes out the next week and does the same thing.